Welcome to my recording studio, which is a closet.
Sonic Skateboard, Rogue and Emmy Dennis.
9 classic titles from the Sonic the Hedgehog library, and 6 bonus Game Gear classics. It sounds pretty nice. I've always hated when games become lost. Like when the Scott Pilgrim game was taken down from all digital marketplaces and wasn't available again until the recent re-release. But most lost games aren't given this opportunity. Like that cool Adventure Time MOBA that was only online for like a year or two. You can't play that anymore. I'd like to, but I can't. Almost as bad is when games aren't given a chance to be enjoyed on future consoles through re-releases, compilations, and digital downloads. I mean, I don't love when a console becomes a port machine like the Switch, but it's great when games don't go missing, you know? If it were up to me, which it should be, games would carry over to future consoles through digital means or be in series compilations. You know, like these cool Mega Man compilations. Why not a Katamari one, or a Professor Layton one? Or, as the title of this video might imply, some Sonic collections, to collect nearly every Sonic game from the past 30 years. I have devised 3 possible sets of collections and based my collection ideas on the likes of Rare Replay, the Mega Man collections, and the pre-existing Sonic Mega and Gems collections from the GameCube. These were all pretty generous compilations and really showed the history of the developers' games. Before I get started, I should say that I'm aware of storage limitations, and I will get to that at some point later in the video. But keep in mind that the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X have discs with higher storage than the Switch's cartridges, like 50 gigabytes on PlayStation and Xbox, opposed to the Switch's 32 gigabyte cartridges. But I read that Nintendo has made 60 gigabyte cartridges. They just haven't used them for anything yet. Maybe that's a Switch 2 related thing. Or Switch Pro if you're one of those people. I don't know. Some of my collection ideas will be better and even nonsensical monetary deals compared to other collection ideas. But this is all conceptual. So, with that out of the way, hear me out. I have 3 different ideas of how they could distribute 30 years of Sonic games. And I've arranged them into 3 possible sets of collections. And I hope this doesn't get too confusing. The first potential set of collections I'm proposing would be called, let's say, the Decades collections, which consists of a trio of game collections. First, the Classic collection, then the Adventure collection, and finally, the poorly named Modern collection. The Sonic fandom has been calling Sonic's current phase the Modern phase since, like, 2007, or maybe a little bit earlier. So it isn't exactly modern anymore, but it could really be called whatever you want it to be. Maybe experimental generation, or HD generation, or boost generation. It doesn't matter, so I'll just be saying modern for the sake of this video, but if this were real, I'd hope they would come up with something better than that. The Classic collection would consist of these games: the original series, CD, Chaotix, the Game Gear games, Sega Sonic, Sonic Eraser, Mean Bean Machine, Spinball, the Drift games, the Tails games, 3D Blast, Sonic R, and the 2012 version of Sonic Fighters, and finally Sonic World, which was the short game exclusive to the 1997 Sonic compilation Sonic Jam. The Adventure collection would be these games, essentially from the end of the Classic era to the release of Sonic 06. The Adventure games: Pocket Adventure, Shuffle, the Advanced series, Pinball Party, Battle, Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog, the Rush series, and the Riders series. And the Modern collection would be just about everything that I haven't mentioned yet. Sonic 06, I know. Secret Rings, Black Knight, Chronicles, which is my second favorite Sonic game, actually. I know. Unleashed, Colors, Colors DS, Generations, Generations DS, Lost World, the Sonic 4 series, and the Rival series. This is pretty good. It's like the game Sonic Generations. It splits everything up into 3 segments. So you have what they've tried, and the general evolution of the series as the 3 collections goes on. You've got the side-scrollers, the 3D platformers, and the... very nice collections. You might notice that this is a bit uneven though. For instance, the first collection has a ton of games compared to the others. So let's shuffle these around to distribution method 2. The balanced collections. These aren't exactly organized in any specific way, but they're generally chronological and they keep miniseries together. You'd want to play Sonic Adventure 2 after Sonic Adventure 1. And if you've played the end of Sonic Chronicles, you'd know that the beginning of Sonic Unleashed fits strangely well as its direct sequel. So, everyone likes a trilogy of games, or a trilogy of game collections in this case. But frankly, these game cartridges that I'm proposing would be super bloated if it was just a trilogy. I'm not sure everything would fit on a Switch cartridge. And trust me, I love a good deal, but maybe it's too good of a deal. It's great, but in a game sales sense, it's probably just too many games for the alleged Yakuza at Sega to approve. So let's try something that I think is a better option. 5 collections of around 10 games each, split into classic, adventure, modern, handheld, and... I have no idea what to call the last collection. Maybe the Collector's Collection, or the Emeralds Collection to call back to the old Gems Collection. The Classic Collection would be the simple 2D platformers, capped off with the Sonic World game from Sonic Jam. The Adventure Collection would be the adventure games, the ones where Chao, Shadow, and Cream were still important. This one would probably be my favorite of the 5 proposed collections if it were real. The Modern Collection, again for lack of a better name, would be the ones after the GameCube era. People have a lot of complaints about these games, but there are a couple here like Rush and Riders 2 that would make up for any issues with 06. I don't even hate Sonic 06 as much as most people do. It's not great, it's not good, but I can have fun playing it. And it gave us the John and Aaron Let's Play, which is an all-time highlight of online Let's Plays, in my opinion.
Okay, we gotta go back. Let's just go ahead and truck it back to look how silly this is!
Are they gone?
You have to like do... Okay. Aaron, don't leave! Aaron, don't...
Next is the Handheld Collection, which obviously has a bunch of handheld games from the Game Gear and DS, among a couple other things. This might be the weakest potential collection of the 5 I designed, and might warrant some reshuffling, but honestly, I think more people should give Chronicles a fair shot. There's actually a group of people remaking that game, and it looks like it'll be really cool when it comes out eventually. Some people even remade the disappointing soundtrack to sound better. You're actually listening to one of the songs from it right now. Finally, the Emeralds Collection, the 5th collection in the 5 collections. I hate to say it, but this is kind of the Leftovers collection. Not to say there's nothing good in here. There's Colors and Generations, which are widely believed to be good Sonic games, and Unleashed and Sonic R, which have their fans too. There's also Sonic Eraser, which would only be cool to have because it was never re-released. As the guy defending Sonic Chronicles' music, I have little in the way of musical taste, obviously, but Eraser has some horrid music. But it would still be cool to own it and try it, you know? Speaking of owning things... Whoops. Speaking of owning things... I own this VHS of the Sonic OVA, which reminded me that no Sonic collection would be complete without its gallery of concept art, game manuals, box art, and interviews. Why not throw in Sonic animations too? There's plenty of great ones: Sonic the Animation, the Sonic OVA, Night of the Werehog, Mania Adventures, Team Sonic Racing Overdrive, and Chao in Space. Maybe those aren't essential for a game collection, but I don't think anybody would be complaining. I wouldn't be. Where is it? The Street Fighter collection came with the entire Street Fighter 2 animated movie on it, which is really cool and a great bonus. Now would be a great time to mention a bit of a problem when it comes to designing chronological Sonic collections. The first 15 years or so of the Sonic series was so strong that anything to do with the second half of the series will just be seen as less valuable, and probably even ridiculed by, I don't know, YouTubers and game journalists. Probably. Not people like myself who just want to try out the entirety of a game series' history and not see media lost to time. So like I said earlier, the third distribution method with 5 collections is probably the most realistic one, and it's most akin to Capcom's method with their Mega Man X and ZX collections. It could use reshuffling to balance the great games, good games, and okay games, but it's something that I'd really like to see regardless. And before anybody comments about it, I know I left some games out. I just don't see Kinect games, phone games, and Sega Pico games being included in the collections like this. Not without massive expensive reworks, and I also didn't include newer games like Mania Forces and Team Sonic Racing, because they're already available on modern consoles. This has been a Molten Permit production. Although I did not consult Kermit's Permit about making this video, so I'm just going to send it to him in its entirety and hope that he approves it. So thank you for watching this. Wait, there's like a Sonic Direct tomorrow? How did I not know about this?